Right, hi everyone, I'm just doing a cheeky live stream. I was meant to have a day of rest today, but instead I came out. So I came out just to test some lights. I'm actually testing the Next Torch. That's the name of the company anyway. I'm sure that, is that the same company as Next Tool? If anyone knows, stick that in the comments, because I'm pretty sure it is. And they sent me a couple of lights to look at. I'll be doing a first thoughts when I've got a little bit of a look at it, and a full review in a couple of weeks probably. And apologies if I sound a bit strange or I'm sniffing. It's absolutely freezing where I am. Very, very, very cold. Hopefully the signal's sensible enough though. You might not be able to see much because it's dark, but I'm just playing with some throwers. So I just want to show you this LEP. It's a LEP light, in other words LEP. So what that stands for in this regard is it's not a standard LED light. What you're getting is you are getting a laser excited phosphor. So it's more akin to a laser. In other words, your traditional thrower, you're trying to get a bit of distance, but watch this, watch. So I'll turn this on full. Right, look, see this razor thin beam there going down the river? I mean, that's pretty impressive, look. If anyone's watching this, can you just let me know what the quality's like? I had full 4G, but you never know, sometimes YouTube drops it to ludicrous levels. And look right up at the sky there, it's like a lightsaber. Ignore that noise there, that's an oyster catcher in the background. So pretty impressive, just so you know what that looks like in regards to a normal thrower. I'll show you a normal thrower. I've got loads in my pocket here. Right, so if I test that against a traditional thrower, so this happens to be, if I remember rightly, it is the FT. Give me a few seconds. So this should be the FT, and I'll just check. FT03, but I'll show you that. There you go, FT03. I've actually, I don't know how much the light's going to pick up on this because I'm using red there, and I've widescreened it to try and look. You can see both my hands there. Hi Steve, quality looks fantastic, Richie. Thank you very much, Steve. Nice to hear from you, mate. So if I use a traditional thrower here, if I unlock the damn thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just a flashlight review. I can't remember all these things. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Bang! It's working. Right. Watch this. So there's your standard thrower. So if I go to turbo, right, there you go, right, boom, look at that. So you've got your spill there, left, right. I mean, but look, you can actually see what's at the end there because it's wide. You can see there's boats there, so you've got the boats there. Gonzalez, hello mate, how you doing there? Nice to see you in the chat there. So as you can see to that, oh, and there's CS. CS spray is on, so hi to you as well. I was just explaining before there to see at CS, I meant to have a day of rest, but I thought, you know what, I'll get out in the freezing cold just for a laugh. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So that's your classic one. Now, look at that going right up the sky, but again, compare that to the LEP, which is using a totally different technique to get that light out, and it's razor thin. So there you go, look. So look at that. I realise this is, turn that up a little bit. There you go, you can see it now. So watch. Comparison, what a flasher. It's no worse than a flasher in the dark, is there? Right, turn that on. There's maximum. Look at that, the difference. So you can only really get one boat at a time. So there's one boat, there's another boat, there's another boat, but the range on this is humongous in comparison to the other ones. That's the difference. So look at that. And then we'll fire up. I'm trying to avoid these houses over there because I don't want to annoy anyone. Not on purpose anyway. So look at that, right up into the sky like the Batman sign. So pretty impressive. I'll turn this around so I'm not annoying people who live over there. So a couple of seconds here. I'll just turn this around so I can see this river. There you go. Right, let's have a little look here. Let's test something else for a laugh, eh? Because there's no worse than getting freezing cold and testing flashlights. And I've got 5,000 pockets here, so yeah, we'll go. So really what I'll do is I'll quickly go through these. So Steve's saying definitely like a lightsaber, thin but constant. You're right, Steve, it really is, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. So for hunting, if it was maritime use, it would be extremely useful. I could think of a use for that, or looking down tunnels. But really, you certainly wouldn't use that to go and walk the dog, would you? Or something like that. If you were hunting rabbits or certain other game, I can see the use. But other than that, I'm not entirely sure. But someone may be able to correct me on that. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you the Convoy M21E. There it is there, Convoy M21E. So let's have a look at this. So they're quite high. This is your standard here. Tom TT watching live from Netherlands. Hello to the Netherlands there. Nice to meet you, mate. And Gonza's saying you can use one of the lights as a hand warmer. You're completely right. The output on these, it's absolutely freezing. You know, I'm not actually just putting that on. So you can check the location of this where I'm shooting, and you can check now online and see what the Celsius is, because I'm not sure. It feels about 2, and the wind chill's taking it down to probably about 1 or 0. That's in centigrade anyway. But I might do that as a hand warmer. So let's just check this. Now this is using a 50.2, if I remember rightly, by Cree. So turn that on, and then boom, boom. There you go. So look at that. It's actually started raining as well. Look, can you see the rain there? So what we'll do is we'll fire it down here. Look at that. Much better. Look. You could definitely go hiking with that. Look, width-wise. You've got this fat spot here in the middle. So you're going to get a nice bit of push there. Beautiful. I'll fire it off into the sky just so you can see. So beam-wise, pretty good. And lucky me, it's now drizzling. So it's freezing cold and drizzling. My favourite. So pretty decent. Steve's saying, I'm in Belgium tonight, mate, and it's currently... Yeah, you're in Belgium. Nice one, mate. How's it going in Belgium? Let me know what it's like. And tell me, are you just in Belgium for the lovely beer? That's what I want to know. Okay, so let's get that in the back pocket. And that has warmed me up, actually, so that comment was true. Let's have a look what else we've got here. No rain, though. Well, you're lucky. It's actually like a fine misty drizzle here. There's no like classic mist, but it's not so good, and the wind got up a little bit. So let's have a little look. I mean, my battery's about to run out, so I apologise if I disappear, everyone. Don't worry, I haven't fallen off a cliff. Here's a little gem that I bought. This is the E70. So there you go, Ace Beam E70. Beautiful little light, beautiful, very nice. 21,700. So Steve's saying in Belgium for Christmas markets. Yeah, the only problem with the Christmas markets is I went to the one in Edinburgh. And you know, it's nice, but you feel like you're getting ripped off. That's the problem. I like gingerbread and I like the mulled wine and things like that. That's fantastic, but you just feel like you've been absolutely ripped off. I was there a couple of years ago, maybe, if I remember rightly. It might be 3 actually. And we got a mug of this and a mug of that, and you know, a sausage and a bap. But you know, it costs you about 40 quid. You might as well go to a nice restaurant. Anyway, so the E70 here. So watch this. So double press and it's on. Now that's not its highest. Watch. Now this is using an XPH 70.2 by Cree, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Steve's saying same here. No, I agree. So watch this. Boom. Right, look at that. Orange peel reflector. You may or may not, depending on the quality, you may or may not see what I'm seeing here. But nice tint. But look, beam wise, totally different look. Different from that last one, isn't it? You can see the raindrops probably. If I put my hand here, look how bright that is. It's redonkulous, absolutely redonkulous. Turn that off, get that in the back pocket. Again, apologies for all the sniffing, but it's absolutely freezing. What else have we got here? Here's a nice one. Sofern. Can you remember the it was the IF22A TIR, but instead of using the SST40, it's the SFT40, which is the real thrower. Now, interestingly, and I know it's not always the case that you have to use a smooth reflector for a thrower, but this one happens to be a TIR, so very interesting. So turn that on. Watch this one. This one's quite sort of piercing. So turn it on and then double click. Boom! Look at that. That's quite piercing, but you get a little bit of spill. So as we'll come down, watch. That's quite lightsaber-esque. And look at that on the ground. Brilliant. But look at that spot, very, very defined there, extremely defined. And then down on the water, look, let's have a quick look. Lumen Wolf, I have that and like the light. Yeah, Lumen Wolf, is there anything else in this range that I'm missing? Because, I mean, Sofern, every time I get a Sofern, I've got the SP40, which I love, and that's a budget. I've got this, which I love, and it's a budget. Extremely impressed with this stuff. The only thing is the anodization comes off, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. Oh, you think that's the best? Okay, so let's try that side by side. So there's the Sofern in the left hand, right? And we'll try it against the L10 Max. So L10 Max on the right, here's the Sofern. So Sofern's at max, right? And then watch. There's the L10. Now, I'll tell you right now, the L10 is going to go further, but that looks thicker. So it's interesting, that, isn't it? So side by side. So L10 on the right here. Let's put them down to the ground. So they're coming down, coming down, coming down. God, now look at that. Piercing on the right here, but loads of sort of spill. That's quite interesting, that, isn't it? I'll tell you right now, the L10 is going to go further because it's laser-like. and the hot spot is brighter. But the problem is, again, do you want to see what's around it? That's the thing. Lumen Wolf saying that's the only surf foam I have. I don't usually go for throws, so bought for Xmas last year. Yeah, well, I think you did a really good job, mate. It's excellent. Totally underrated. So what's your thoughts on the L10 here? So Steve said he likes the thicker beam. Yeah, I agree, it's certainly more useful. However, if I was hunting, or I don't know what you would really use for, if you wanted to see a 10 pence piece on the moon or something, I'd probably use the L10, put it that way. Let's stick that away and let's look at something else. Again, if my battery goes, that's my apologies. I must get rid of this soon. I did borrow this years ago. It was the Olight M2T Warrior, or M2T. I still quite like this because of the tacticalness. So you turn it on like this, boom, straight to turbo. Look at that beam. Very usable. Orange peel, quite floody, but you still get a bit of push. Look at those boats. That's pretty decent. And it's kicking through that drizzle, no problem. No problem at all. So, I'm pretty impressed. Boosh, stick that off. I must do a review. I've got the Perrin 2 from Olight to look at. I'll look, if anyone's got that, can you let me know in the comments? It's got like a proximity sensor or something like that. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but it's got it. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, we've got a whopper. There's the M3 by Convoy. Lumen Wolf saying, thanks for braving weather to do this to help see what's best then. No problems, Lumen. I'm pretty good at temperatures. I went out and put the bin bag in the bin today with no shoes on, and it was freezing. So temperature, I'm generally okay. The screen is filling up with drizzle here though. Here's the Convoy M3. I'll do more live stuff if people want. Put it in the comments, honestly, if you want more live stuff like this, because I don't mind free-forming it. Most of my stuff anyway, I don't include cuts and constant jump cuts like a lot of reviews. I'm not having to go at them. They do their thing and I do mine. I'm not criticising anyone, but my personal stuff I don't. Hello, mate, Alan Piggins there. The proximity sensor stops it from burning holes in your coat. Okay, so Alan, can you let me know if you put it in your pocket? I'm taking that if it detects something too close, does it turn off or does it turn down? I'm presuming it turns down rather than off. I don't know. Does it just prevent turbo or something like that? So Convoy M3, here we go. Let's get that turned on. Boom, look at that. Blimey O'Reilly. Look at that. That's pretty, some bloody hell. Someone might say that's excessive, but I think that's pretty impressive. Alan's saying it turns it down. Okay, so on the Perrin, the proximity sensor, it's the light by Olight. It turns it down. That's actually a good idea because the actual coat I'm wearing right now has a burn in it. So I that's happened a lot of times for me. Look at that. Look at the width of that. To look at them boats. Very, very good. Really, really nice. Only problem with this is it's huge. I mean, look at the size of it. I've got big hands. I'm 6'4". It's got a 26-650 in it, but yeah, Steve's saying this is one powerful one. It is pretty powerful actually, but it's the size. Do you want to carry that? Not everyone wants to carry something like that, and I completely agree with them. I don't care. I would seal and bounce this. It is flat, so you can seal and bounce it during a power cut or something like that. It's exceptional for things like that. Let's see what else have we got here. Okay, so last few, and then I'll leave people in peace because and to be honest, I haven't eaten anything all day. I've had 2 cups of coffee and that's it. So I must get some food. Okay, so this is, now I'm not going to call it the Oathkeeper anymore because apparently that lot have all been locked up in America, but it is the P18 Pro by O'Brienite. I quite like the dual tactical buttons, but watch, this is an XHP 35, I think, off the top of my head, so around 2000 lumens. Boom, look at that. Quite nice. You got that nice spot in the middle there. Nice bit of spill, no issues with that. Straight on those boats. It's interesting how it's quite white in the middle and then changes a bit. That's quite interesting. But straight down that path, zero issues. Boom. Turn that off. Last one. If I can find it, there it is. Last one. Now, I think Steve will like this one the best because he likes it usable. He likes a lot of light, medium range, things like that. Okay, so this is the FT, just so you can see there, FT02S. So what have they done here though? So it's a quad emitter, look at that, beautiful. Quad emitter, smooth, trying to get a bit of throw, but you do get a bit of spill here. Now, what they've done is they have put in 4 of the damn emitters. These are 4 of the XHP 50.2s, if I remember rightly. Now what that does is that gives you an incredible amount. Now watch this. I think you'll be quite impressed. So turn it on, right, that's its lowest. And bear in mind that's its lowest. Now look at that. So right, are you ready? Turbo. Boom. My goodness, look at that. That's like turned on some car headlights. Lumen Wolf saying I'm currently EDC and the Ace Beam Rider. Is that the small one? Tell me what the Rider's like. Is that the one where it's got like a bolt action on it or something? I did see that. In fact, they sent me an email saying, would people on your channel want to see it? And I sent them back saying yes, and then I never heard anything since. So yeah, Steve saying that the sun came out. It gets very hot as well, which I'm going to hold it here and warm my hand up. Look at that. So, you know, pretty impressive. Look at that. You can see the rain perfectly now. Look at that. ING, not IMG. Yeah, I'll get you, Lumen Wolf, no problem. I know what you mean, mate. So, well, Steve, I could try and get you one of these. It's an Astrolux. Astrolux makes some great stuff. It's got the great button on it, which I like. It's got Angural, which is an excellent UI, really, really exceptional. But look at that. Super, super bright. And I don't normally say that. I'm not one of these channels who says everything's super bright, and it pisses me off because I'm like, well, what does that mean? Can you quantify that a bit? Now, compare that to the L10. Gonales is saying he's got that one. Oh, have you? What do you reckon of it? Any good? I've always been impressed with it. It's 1100 lumens off the top of my head, if I remember rightly. Let's try the L10, and then I must make a move because the battery's running out here. Let's have a look here. I'd love that if you could sort it out. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Do you know, I've got lights piled up everywhere. I've just gave the H2R Nova to someone at work who's bought a log wood burner, and he was banging his head. He may watch this, but you don't need to make a comment. You know who you are, mate. So I've helped him out. And Kev, probably I should get him something for his night fishing. But we'll see. Okay, so Lumen Wolf saying, want the Olight Marauder Mini. Aye. I quite like the fact that they're bringing these minis out. It gives you more options. I like that. Okay, so here we go. Right, L10. Right, watch. So I'll fire this into the distance. Boom, there you go, L10. I mean, that's ludicrous. You know, if there was any aircraft, I certainly wouldn't be firing this up just in the, you know, there's a risk of dazzling someone up there, but exceptional. I can see right down there, look, right down the river. Really, really good. Let's just continue this along, and we'll go along to the boats. There's the boats. Boom, incredible. I'll keep this light down because there's the car up there and I don't want to dazzle the guy. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I know it is crazy in Lumen Wolf. It's pretty deep. The only problem is what's also crazy is the price. So if you look up the next tool, L10 Max, you have a look at the price, mate. So thank you for joining me here. If you've got any questions, let me know because I'm going to do a runner. I'll just turn this around and show you sort of where I am. Let's have a little look here. Great, you're off to Belgium for a beer. You enjoy, mate. You enjoy, Steve. You have fun. So there's a little bridge up there. Right, there you go. I'll not shine anything over there because there's traffic, but just to give you a little idea where I am. Yeah, you're right, Lumen. I'm going to go and get some food. I've not had anything. I've had 2 coffees. Thanks for joining me. Unless there's any questions, I'm going to do a run out. I'll leave it for another minute. And so if there isn't, you take care of everybody. Steve, you have fun in Belgium, mate. Hi to the Netherlands. And super idle piano, have you tried any MSR lights from the D4? I have. I've got the MSR D4. That was one of my favourite reviews I did. The only problem with it is on turbo, you end up holding it by fingertips, which is a little bit of an issue. I like the fact that it's a hot rod. And I know the newer ones are out now and much better. You could certainly argue they're much better. But yeah, decent lights. And I know they've got all sorts of setup now. I must try and get another one because the V2 is much better. But thank you for joining me. I must make a move because it's absolutely freezing. So take care, everybody, and good night.